guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Estelle Bully. So today I'll be doing my skincare routine. I just took a shower while I talk about how my special education journey started, right? Why I'm studying special education here in Canada for my second master's. This is my second master's. So for people that do not know, I have my first and second degree in social work. Then along the line, I decided to do a master's in special education. I'm still very much into social work. I think social work will always, always, always be my number one. Like whenever I'm ready, like to take my career path. So before I talk too much, let's go straight into this video. So in was it 2018? No, 2017. I was done. I want to believe so. I was done with NYSC, right? And I was looking for a job. So because of my background in social work, right? I wanted to work in an NGO or somewhere relating to humanitarian work. And we all know that social work is not recognized in Nigeria. Like I remember my undergrad, right? We were seven in my class, and we were just two that actually picked social work. We were just two. The remaining people, like my school, just put them in that department because most people do not like do social work. Most people don't know what social work is about. You understand? So yeah. So we're just seven. So you can imagine now I'm done with school, I'm done with NYC, looking for job like prior like my master's. So during NYC, I did lots. No, I always say this. Like I feel like NYC period was like my most fulfilling year ever. Like I did a lot. Maybe in another video, I'm going to talk about like different things I did during NYC. Anyway, so when I was done with NYC, I wanted to just do like just work, like give back to the society. You understand? So I remember I have a family friend. So she was like, oh, she knows a woman that like she has an organization for children with special needs. So like it's not like NGO, so it's a school, but right for children with special needs. It's in Abuja, right? So people take their kids there, kids with special needs, yeah. So it's a school, but it's just for people with special needs, right? And I'm like, oh, okay. Like I've never thought about this before. People that know me personally, I'm very passionate about children. I'm very passionate about women. And I'm also like very passionate about like children, people with special needs, you know. So I'm like, oh, I've never thought about this before. That maybe I should just like give it a try, you know. And yeah, so my family friend told the person she knew. Then she called me for an interview. I went for an interview, and I said like I've never like done like this. I've never worked with like people with special needs. In fact, I just even finished my NYSC. And when I was in school, undergrad, I did like, is it 2 months or 1 month internship? And I did it at a secretariat that deals or works with like family like misunderstanding and all that. So I really do not have like experience and everything. And she was like, oh, she really loves my sincerity. That am I ready to learn on the job? I'm like, yeah, why not? So she employed me. My salary then, like, like I don't know. Sometimes I don't know how I survived because my parents were giving me money, but like, so to just let you guys know that I just like wanted to like just give birth give back to the society and all that, you know. So I I signed my like job agreement and all that, and then I started. I think I was supposed to resume 8:30 and all that. So when I started, like I was watching like another staff, like work with a student and all that. So I was just learning one or two. Then after a week, I I was now assigned to a student. Yeah. So while I was assigned to the student, like what is expected of me as a teacher, I had to do it. And I felt like I was also learning on the job, right? That was my first time like working with kids, like not working with kids, but kids with special needs, Like of course I don't want to like give in details and all that. But yeah, and that was how it started. So I worked for 6 months or 7 months in that organization, and I had to travel for my master's degree. So I went to America, did my master's and all that. Then it was time to start applying for jobs and everything. And there was one job I got, and that job I started working with adults with intellectual disability, right? So this was after my master's. Then while I was working, I'm like, this one that like I'm just getting jobs like that's to do with like people with special needs, intellectual disability, and all that. Like, why don't I like just have a degree in it? And yeah, if I ever like want to have like my organization, which like that's one of my dreams, right? At least I have a degree and I would like do other things that are necessary for me to like pursue this dream. So while I was working there, it was one thing I would say it's always fulfilling. Yeah, like it's always fulfilling. So I was working there. It was in America in the office. So basically, like just fight for their rights. And yeah, like we all know that like abroad, like they value which is supposed to be everyone is we should all have access to basic amenities, you understand. So while I was working in America, I was working for it was private owned, but usually all these private owned company also like have like agreement with the government because the government is supposed to do a job, right? So yeah, so just basically like fighting for their right to basic um amenities, education, like just being their mouthpiece. You understand? So that was all what I had to do. Then I did that. So like I also mentioned, like that was when I'm like, okay, let me do this and see how it goes. Like for masters, I have an in-depth understanding because to be honest, all the job I've done, like I have to learn or like on the job. And I'm sure like the company I worked for in America, like they just wanted to give me like they wanted to bet on me. I don't know if that makes sense. Hence why they gave me that job. Because to be honest, I didn't have like experience. You get so yeah, that was it. Yeah, I applied for this was 2020 actually. I applied for masters to my current school, and guys, I kid you not, my application took 2 days. Like they got back to me in 2 days. But I also feel like what also helped me was my statement of purpose, like stating like all the places I've worked, all my volunteer and all that. And I think that was what just really helped me because I see when they got back to me that they give me admission, I'm like, huh? Just 2 days. And yeah, and like that was how I got the admission. Hence, why I'm here studying like special education. And my journey so far has been amazing. Like I've learned a lot. I've learned, I've overlearned, and just like meeting like um meeting people with your values, right? Does that make sense? I think it makes sense. But just meeting people that are also passionate about this and are ready like to give back to give back to the society. So yeah, and that is it. I thought to share because I don't think I've ever like spoken like what's like why I started like special education. I know I kind of get the question a lot, and I'm like, okay, let me share this and like let you guys know. Yeah. Okay. So I know one time I received a question, and I think I already replied the person, but I just want to put it out here. Like, you do not have to have like background in special education for you to like pursue your master's degree in special education. I personally believe, I'm just talking from my point of view, I personally believe that if you make your statement of purpose strong, like strong, yeah. So when you write your statement of purpose, you just have to convince like the person that wants to give you admission why you want to study this. Like, what is your main aim? What is your end game? Your end result? What do you want to pursue with that degree? And I personally feel like you are good to go, right? So yeah, just make when you're just applying, just make your statement of purpose strong, like very strong, and yeah, you're good to go. So I just thought to share this. I don't know if this was like informative for anyone that is willing to join the gang, special education gang, and yeah, I just thought to share because I've never shared like how like how I started like the special education journey, and yeah, that's it. And I hope to see you guys in my next video. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. And I don't know why I'm excited. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.